Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Hello there. Hello there. Hump Day Happy Chatters. Thanks for showing up. I'm here. It's been an interesting couple of days. Um, wow. Interesting couple of days. Wait, I have to start this morning. I'm Valerie Shepherd, coming to you live on this morning's edition of the Hump Day Happy Chat, coming to you live from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery, where we are certainly working on self-mastery for ourselves and giving you tips and tricks to help you with it for you in your life. And self-mastery is all about mastering you in your life so that you can exquisitely manage whatever your life brings your way. And I think right now we're in this boat together, slightly different paths, journeys down the river, but our lives are bringing us all kinds of interesting things. And so this whole practice of self-mastery is designed to help us deal with that, help us overcome, so to speak. I'm so grateful that you're here with me. I've got a couple of things to talk about today. One thing that's really important. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Mwah. Thank you for being here. You're such a trooper. I love having you here. So one thing I want to do, I have to start with this. This is to my brother, Josh. Hi, Joshua. I know today is your birthday, and so I'm going to sing you happy birthday first and foremost. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joshua. Happy birthday to you. I love you dearly, and I always will no matter what. Many, many blessings. Yay. Yay. So today, there's some new things happening with me. One of them is that I've got this new physiological fun that I'm dealing with, which is really just like, really? Is it like really? You know, when you get those things and you can't believe they're happening. Yeah, well, I got one of those. And just sending myself into the space of acceptance and curiosity. Like, what did this come to teach me? What more is possible with my life because this thing is here, as opposed to because if it weren't. And so that's a part of the journey. And today, one of the things that's been I've been hearing from people, I've been hearing from my students, I've been noticing in myself, is this idea of kind of being in a do loop, right? Have you ever noticed, especially when you're really committed to up-leveling your life, like to raising your consciousness, like I am consciousness rising, like yay, like really like going for it, like I'm going for it, I'm committed. I am committed to my journey, like nothing else, except for maybe pizza. So when we're in that space, it sometimes feels like we're doing this thing called a do loop. And the thing that came up for me, you know that I'm a marketing professional. One of the things that came up for me was this idea of lather, rinse, and repeat. Have you ever heard that? Well, if you use shampoo, you probably have seen it. Lather, rinse, and repeat, which is kind of an idiom these days. It started out as just directions on a bottle, but it's an idiom that sort of calls into the space or an acknowledgement of this continual repetition, a sequence of actions that continually happens. And sometimes they get tiresome and predictable, lather, rinse, and repeat. But it's also just a humorous thing that to kind of take a look at, where am I doing a mindless cycle of repetition that I'm not even currently in, right? When's my bottle of shampoo on that one going to run out? How am I in this lather, rinse, repeat, mindless chatter, mindless dance around maybe even things that don't serve me? You know, I find myself at a certain time of night thinking I need a cookie. And I do eat low sugar or sugar free and gluten free and all that stuff, and I'll eat blueberries, but sometimes it's a cookie. Valerie wants a cookie. And it comes habitually, like there's a pattern, a certain time of night, and I have to catch myself in the lather, rinse, and repeat. And sometimes I catch myself in a lather, rinse, and repeat of some not so nice things, right? Some feeling anger, feeling resentment, feeling self-doubt, especially when this little thing with my physiological body showed up the other day. There was some self-doubt that came up pretty loudly, pretty viscerally, pretty scary. And we can get into this place where the lather, rinse, repeat seems to own us. We don't have superiority over that dynamic in our lives. And I'm here to give us another breath of air, like another, okay, let's do a pause. What needs to be cleaned out? Like, how can we, it's funny how we're talking about the shampoo cycle, right? Lather, rinse, repeat. And when we get into these cycles where things aren't serving us, I talk in my book about, I have a 4-step process, and step 2 is shake up and release the things that are not the truth of you. And often when we're in these do loops, and especially when we're in these loops and we don't feel liberated, we don't feel excitement, we don't feel freedom, I keep going like this because there's an expansion. Like when we're not feeling that, when we're not feeling that space of open-hearted life, like I am embracing life, and we're feeling a little, I don't know, I think a lot of people are feeling a little bit like this. A lot of people are feeling a lot like this right now. I need my freedom. I get it. I'm often telling this body, I need my freedom. You know, I want freedom from some of the things that I think are chaining me in a place I really don't want to be. I want to run and jump and I want to do things. And this physiological body is not up to it in many cases. Although we're getting better, we're still going after it. 100% healing. I'm declaring it and still going after it. But so when I talk about the shake-up step and I talk about release, one of the most important and powerful things any of us can ever do is called forgiveness. And my favorite forgiveness practice is the Ho'oponopono, ancient Hawaiian practice of release and forgiveness. And so I thought it would be helpful while we're kind of getting weary of this lather, rinse, and repeat of our lives right now during what we're all experiencing as this COVID-19 pandemic. And I see you there. Thank you so much for joining. It's so lovely to have you here. Say hello. Thanks for the love, Rachel. If you're there, type in and I'll say hello to you. So Ho'oponopono, you've probably heard me talk about it before because I love it so much. It is, and the release I feel afterwards is worth every second of it. And so I'm gonna lead us through something, and I encourage you to pick whatever works for you. But on the surface, this Ho'oponopono, people think of it as a mantra, and I will say it in that way, but it's about releasing. It's about spiritual cleansing. It's about a letting go, a cleaning the slate. That's what I want to say. A clearing the slate. Like when we're in a repetitive cycle, clearing the slate allows us to get back to an open space, creating an open space where all the possibilities are still available to you. So Ho'oponopono, the mantra is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That's the way I was taught it, and that's the way I teach it and perform it. Other people start with something else. They do it in a different cycle, but I like the I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And so we're going to cleanse in this practice some errors of thought, errors of thinking. Like when we habitually have patterns of thought that are of low vibration and low consciousness, the longer we practice that pattern of thought, the more likely that actual experience has to show up in our lives. That's from law of attraction, law of reflection, law of karma, law of reciprocity. It's like what we put out has to come back to us. And so when we catch ourselves like, I'm in a lather, rinse, repeat cycle of some negative, low consciousness thoughts. And I don't even like to call them negative or positive or good or bad. It's really not about those judgments. It's really just about, are those thoughts serving me? If the universe served me up a platter of experiential dynamics that matched my thoughts. Think about that for a second. If the universe served me up a complete smorgasbord buffet that matched exactly what I habitually think, would I want that buffet? Would I feast and toast myself for creating it? Or would I run away in fear? Would I hide from the buffet my thoughts created? That's what we're talking about. And when we're in this, we're in times like this, a pandemic, and lives are disrupted and lives are lost. And there's sadness and there's mourning and there's grieving. And millions of people have had their lives upended. And others are wondering how their businesses are ever going to recover from this. There's so much debilitation going on. And so in this time of this debilitation, I have a shirt that I wear a lot that says, now it just escaped my mind. Something is optional. It'll come back to me. This is the brain that does this thing. It's so funny. Misery. Misery is optional. Misery is optional. Like that's a thought to practice. It's optional for me to be in misery right now. There's a lot going on. And yet, happiness is still possible. Misery is optional. So this literal translation of Ho'oponopono is to put it right, to put in order, shape it correctly, revise it, adjust it, amend that thinking that's not serving me, regulate it, rectify it, tidy it up, make it orderly, bring some neatness to it. So I'm going to walk us through this practice, and I'm going to call up some things that I'm going to invite you to call up in yourself, and then I'll do Ho'oponopono on it. And then we're going to lather, rinse, and repeat a replacement for these things that we're releasing, and that'll be very different. So take a deep breath and see if you can connect in with your highest, most vibrant, loving self. And I'm just going to speak some words, and then you can say the Ho'oponopono prayer with me as I say it. So calling up any time that our thoughts have been filled with anger and resentment, any feelings of guilt and shame, any feelings of self-doubt, any feelings of not enoughness, any feelings of unworthiness, any feelings of questioning and anger and victimization. We just call those up to be released from us now. And we offer the prayer, and you can say it with me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And we'll say it again. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Take a deep breath. Feel the release. Now, call up any inner upsets that you allowed to become outer action. I'm remembering several inner upsets that I allowed to become outer action, outer words, outer feelings toward another, toward a group of others, toward people, toward plants, toward animals, toward traffic, toward whatever it was, an inner upset that I allowed to become an outer action. I offer up the prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. For any time that I harmed someone else with a look, with my energetic presence, with my words, with my actions, with my thoughts, I offer up this prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. For any time that I have felt harmed by another, any time that you have felt harmed by another, victimized, unseen, unheard, misunderstood, not liked, pushed aside, kicked to the curb, any time, and you are carrying that weight, that memory of that time, let's release it now. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Anytime that you have felt inaction, you have done nothing when maybe your action was warranted and even possible. Any time when I haven't said what I could have said to make a situation better for me or another, I offer up this prayer to release it from me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. For all the collective upset right now, for all the collective fear right now, for all the collective debilitation right now, for all the collective wandering in the desert right now, thirsty and hungry for something better, something different. Offer up the prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And finally, for those we could not or did not help, for those we could not or did not save, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Take a deep breath. Allow that wave, that last wave of release to wash over you. Maybe your tears to wash over you as well. They have a very cleansing power. Tears do. Now, here's a very important part of a release. Whenever we do a release action, a release ceremony, we've created a void. And if we really, really wanted to let something go, like really let it go, put it down and don't pick it back up. When we let something go, we create a void. And we know that the universe doesn't like vacuums. It looks at the law of this void and it wants to fill it. And so whenever we do release, that's why my step 3 after the shake-up step is to make up a new story of you in your life. The whole idea is that you have to replace whatever you've let go that doesn't fit. You can't just let it go, because what happens is we will return back to it because there's a void there. And the easiest thing to return to is the old habitual pattern. So instead of letting lather, rinse, repeat bring you back to a place where you don't want to be, let's create something in its space. And we'll lather, rinse, and repeat that until it doesn't work anymore. And then we'll release again and we'll create new replacements. So I was thinking of these replacements that we could create celebration. So I've got my happy, what are these called? Clappers. I got my clapper, okay? I got my yes. Yay, right? I'm saying yes. So we just released things. So now what do we want to say yes to? What do we want to celebrate? Yay. So I do gratitude as my number one practice for shifting energy. So I'm going to offer up some gratitude statements and you can fill in whatever you like. Okay. So I usually start with this. I give thanks for the perfect expression of blank in my life now, or as me now. So here are some that I'm going to offer up, and you do your yes to whatever yours are. So I'm going to give thanks. I give thanks for the perfect expression of divine wholeness that I am now. Yay! Going crazy with the right hand. Yes, yes, yes. I give thanks for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I give thanks for the perfect expression of inner peacefulness that I am now. Yay. I give thanks for the perfect expression of divinity walking that I am now. Yes, yes, yes. What a replacement that is. Can you feel the energy of that? It feels big to me. It feels like a big of air comes in. I give thanks for the perfect expression of divine wealth moving in, through, around, and as me now. Can we get a yes? Heck yes. Amen. Bring on the divine wealth that we don't have to toil for. Who says we got to work hard to have anything? I say, let's see where the ease, peace, grace, and effortless effort show up in the form of divine wealth. I'll take some. Thank you very much. I will have a heaping helping of that yummy stuff. I give thanks for the divine expression of myself waking up this morning. I give thanks for the divine expression of lightness of being that happens whenever I release what's not serving me. I give thanks. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. I give thanks for the perfect expression of beauty and fresh air and elegance in the world and nature and people and myself. I give thanks for the perfect expression of divine laughter, divine love in my world now. And here, go ahead and add your own. I give thanks for fill in the blank. Take a deep breath. So whenever you get into the space of noticing that you're doing a lather, rinse, and repeat on yourself, and it's not really serving you, Remember Hump Day Happy Chat number 86. Remember the opportunity you have to do a practice of release followed by a practice of replacement, and flip your lather, rinse, repeat into a cycle that serves you and takes you higher into your life, higher, deeper into yourself, and higher into your consciousness. Consciousness rising, baby. That's what we're all about here at the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. I hope you're feeling lighter. And I feel if you continue, as you continue all day to give thanks for the mundane things. Give thanks for the, when you can reach for a Kleenex and it's there. Give thanks for being able to walk outside. Give thanks for whatever the little things are. I was giving thanks this morning because I was able to braid my hair. Like, give thanks. Like, make a walking mantra, just like Ho'oponopono. Make yourself a walking mantra of gratitude, love, and light, and watch what happens in your life. It may not be the same for everyone, but right now you're not really working on everyone. You're creating the world that you are the center of. That you are the center of. Do it for that reason. And then watch the ripple effect, because your world touches other worlds. Only you'll be touching it, spreading love, light, happiness, joy, bliss, compassion, tolerance, harmony. Woohoo! Let's have more of those, please. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for joining me. Rachel, I so appreciate you. Many blessings to all of you who are watching. Thank you so much for being here. And if you feel called, please share this. There's somebody out there who, for whom you can be a gift by helping them with whatever they're dealing with that could be released and replaced through this Hump Day Happy Chat. And remember, hashtag keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. And I always close with the metta prayer. It really is my favorite prayer. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. Yes, yes, yes. Emotionally free, true nature. And may all beings be free. Many blessings. Amen to you, Rachel. Thank you for being here. Stay well and be happy. Valerie Shepard signing off from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. Enjoy the rest of your week. Many blessings. Bye now. Hump Day Happy Chat.